Welcome back to another episode of From My Experience Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Bike, with another episode. Listen, I just want to let y'all know a lot has happened lately. A lot is going on, and your boy is just super duper busy and buried in work. And I just want to say thank you all. Thank you all for the phone calls, for the text messages, checking in on me, making sure I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to get right to it on this episode. I'm going to just talk about a couple of things, and then I'm going to bounce. And I also want to go ahead and start with some announcements. We're moving from Soundcloud, and we're going to be hosted by Libsyn. So what that basically means is you won't be able to get I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What I'll probably have to do, which I probably won't, is just delete everything on SoundCloud and upload the newest episode. Not sure yet. That might be the only thing we can do because SoundCloud regular limits how much time you can use. So with Libsyn, it opens up new doors for us. We are happy to have them host us, and we look forward to much better results when it comes to reaching new listeners. If you're an old listener, thank you for sticking with us. If you're a new listener, welcome to the show. Another announcement. We are working on a website so we can kind of funnel the content better to a broader audience. Right now, the Facebook group is pretty popping, but I know some people have issues with data and they don't like Facebook or they don't use Facebook. So we need to create a source where we can just reach you all directly. So we're going to create a podcast website just for From My Experience Podcast. Also, another update. If you listen to us on Spotify or if you're looking for us on Spotify, you have to search us by FME Podcast. I don't know why when you type in the entire name, it doesn't come up. But it doesn't. I think a few episodes will come up and you can click on them. But if you type in FME Podcast, we actually pop up. So I don't even know where to start to fix that. I really don't. Actually, if you type in FME and you hit podcast on Spotify, we're the first ones to pop up. So, that's not good. It's linked through Anchor. I'm gonna have to fix that. That sucks. That's not where I want us to be. Oh, crap. All right. Well, I have some bugs to work out. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is this whole Jay-Z and NFL partnership. A lot of people are talking about it. I'm seeing positive, I'm seeing negatives, and it's very interesting to me. Some people are saying, how you going to partner up or join with them after, all that Colin Kaepernick went through and he still don't have a job in the NFL, yet you working with them. Some people are like, well, it's good because he's for the culture, he's of the culture, and now he can implement change. Some people are like, oh, did he talk to Colin Kaepernick first? There's just a ton of opinions, and I find it, first of all, those of you who are complaining and talking trash about Jay-Z, go ahead and message me on Facebook or email us from myexperiencepodcast@gmail.com and tell me what you've done for the community lately. Yeah, tell me, because I see a lot of Facebook chatter, a lot of trash talk, which I understand people sharing their opinions, but I'm like this. I feel more comfortable sharing my opinion about something or a situation when I have experience with it. You know what I'm saying? Or I know something about it, thoroughly. But if I'm doing absolutely nothing, I'm not going to sit here and completely trash and bash someone because of a business move that they make, whether I agree with it or not. Because I don't know the details of the deal. Nobody does, because we weren't there. I'll say this much, though. Colin Kaepernick took a knee to protest the injustice that was going on against African Americans. We've been killed by police officers unjustly, and these people are going back to work as if nothing happened. Right? So, when the season's over, shout out to Colin Kaepernick. Yo, what up, Fi? No team wants to sign him, which is jacked up. I even heard a story of someone saying they were interested, but they wanted to know if he was still going to kneel. He took his stand and he put his career on the line and he gave it all up because of what he believed in. Okay? Now, with that being said, it caused a boycott. A lot of people did not watch the NFL, myself included. Didn't even watch the Eagles win the Super Bowl. And that's my team. That's the only reason I watch the NFL. That's my team. Fast forward, Jay-Z has been one of the people that's been speaking out against them as well, encouraging artists not to perform at the halftime show and things of that nature. So I could see why some people look at him doing this deal, whatever this deal is. I believe it's with Rock Nation and the NFL in regard to, the halftime experiences. Again, I don't know the details of the deal, but my thing is this. This is number one. You don't know the relationship between Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick. How many times do you pick up the phone and call somebody and get their permission before you make a move to find out how they're going to feel about it? You probably never have. And you probably never will. So does Jay-Z owe him a phone call, or does he have to call Colin Kaepernick to confirm anything? Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't have to do that unless he wants to. That's number one. Number two, I believe that it's a good thing. Kind of like Jay-Z said, when you protest and you protest and you protest, and the people sit and listen and say, okay, you know what? What's next? What comes after the protesting? What comes after the protesting should be changed. The purpose of protesting is to bring about awareness. It's to voice your opinion about something. Now, of course, there are protests that are quote unquote negative, and they're just hate groups and hate speech and things of that nature who protest positivity, but that's not what we're dealing with here. So by Colin doing this, it exposed a lot of things in the NFL and a lot of things wrong with the NFL and discrimination within the NFL. And now Jay-Z is in the fold. Jay-Z also, I heard, is looking to get a stake in an NFL team, which is, I think, a good thing as well. We need more people who understand our struggle and our culture, that being the African American culture, inside of these big organizations and companies and businesses. We need a presence there so that their content can cater to us as well, and the treatment of the people who are like us that are associated with these organizations is better. If, let's say, you took a corporate job, whatever your nationality is, how comfortable would you be sitting in a room with people interviewing or going to work every day, and you look around your office and nobody looks like you? No one can truly relate to you. I've done it most of my career. It's not the most, or there's only one or two of you. It's not the most comfortable feeling at all. So to me, this is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. I'm really trying to find what the issue is that a lot of people see. I guess it's the quote unquote optics of how it looks, but it's like, look, again, we protested. Jay-Z's a figure in the black community. He's spoken about a lot of things in his music. He's advocated for a lot of people, Meek Mill being one of them. He's advocated for Colin Kaepernick. And now an opportunity came about for him to get a foot in the door with the NFL. And we have to see what he's going to do. Honestly, that's really what we have to do. People call him sellout, coon, whatever you want to call him. Let's give the man a chance. Let's see what he does. If he's there for 4 or 5 years and we don't see a change, we don't see anything different, okay. Whatever. But again, not even that. We don't even know the details of the deal. We don't even know to what extent he's involved and what he's involved with or for. I've heard things on the Breakfast Club and a couple other places saying it's about a social injustice initiative and his Rock Nation, sports, which he doesn't have anything directly to do with athletes and things of that nature. So I personally am always glad, in most scenarios, obviously, in a scenario like this, to see someone who I believe is of the culture and for the culture to get their foot in the door to say, hey, we need representation. This is how we want to be represented. This is how you speak to us. So I think it's a good thing. yeah, I'm gonna have some conversations and probably touch on this again with some other people, but I think it's a good thing. So if you don't, or if you do, comment in the Facebook group From My Experience Podcast on Facebook. Shoot me an email from myexperiencepodcast@gmail.com. We'll be glad to respond to you and get your opinion on these things. All right, on to the next topic. So, this is not really funny. But it kind of is. I am just, this is a new topic, but kind of like on the same thing. I'm just really tired of a lot of the negativity I'm just seeing on Facebook. Yo, I see a lot of people complaining about a lot of things and not doing anything about it. Like, what is really going on and what's really good with some of y'all? Some of y'all really just need the largest amount of prayer available. So we need to pray for y'all. We need to pray for a lot of this negativity that's floating and going on. I just really needed to get that off my chest. Is that Barack Obama playing basketball? Sorry. Also, I want to talk about some relationship things. I'm going to give y'all some relationship advice right now. Yo, and this is just life advice in general. Yo, choose your battles wisely. This isn't anything going on with me personally. This is just some things that I've kind of seen floating around, and just quite a few things just floating around. Yo, choose your battles wisely. Like, if you have an issue with your mate, a problem, I think the first thing should be a conversation. And then, whatever y'all do to work things out. So when I say that, maybe y'all need to, like one of my boys, shout out to CV. He says he and his wife, they hug it out. When someone's upset, they hug each other and they talk it out and they don't let go until it's all out and released. Me and my girl, we just have a conversation. Like, we both calm ourselves because we don't want to say anything that we regret. I know I'm like that. Like, when I get really upset, I'm just not going to say much or say anything. I'll probably let you know I'm upset and I'm not going to say anything else. And then when I've had time to gather my thoughts to say what I really want to say and articulate it in a respectful manner so that you know that I'm serious versus me yelling and saying something possibly hurtful that you're not going to forget, then that's when I have the conversation. So me and my girl typically just have a conversation, but we don't ever get into it. So, but I think we need to work on conflict resolution. I also, and this is just speaking to the African American community or the black community, can we stop bashing each other, man? Like, I'm just seeing a lot of black man hating going on. A lot of it, like a whole lot of it. And it really bothers me because I feel like we're tearing each other down in a very big way, in a very public way. One thing that I've noticed, which is a little creepy to me, and I'm not going to go into a whole spiel, but I know that it's systemic. I know that we've been pitted against each other due to different laws and different things that have been put out there, different stereotypes that have been pushed that other people try to live up to. And you end up looking like a fool at the end of the day. Different ideologies that have been passed on to us from, our own family members and fathers and mothers, which, they can be wrong too. But we have to learn to think for ourselves. We got to learn to think for ourselves. We got to learn to say, you know what? I don't have to be like that person, or I don't have to be like this. I have a choice. But the thing that I've noticed is I have a wide variety of, how can I say this? I have a wide variety of friends on social media of different cultures, from Asian to Hispanic, white, Indian, black, things of that nature. When I see African American men and women attacking each other, talking the biggest crap about each other publicly where other people can see it, it bothers me to another level because I don't see that from the people of other cultures. I don't see, and I have quite a bit of friends, I don't see the white women saying things about white men like that. I don't see the white men saying things about white women. I don't see the people of the other cultures saying these things. Of course, I do know that these people of other cultures have their ish too and their stereotypes, and they're not perfect as well. The point I'm making is they're not screaming about it and yelling about it and putting it out there on social media for the world to see and making, a mockery of their counterparts, is what I'm saying. But I'm seeing us do that a whole lot. That's one of the reasons why I'm not even really into hip hop culture like I used to be. And even music itself like I used to be. Because I'm not gonna lie, a good rap beef is great. I love to hear MCs get on the mic and prove who's better and talk trash. It's part of the sport. But a lot of it has nothing to do with the music. It's just a bunch of people who've gotten a great opportunity with money and fame going at each other. And it's like, bruh, you're a multi-millionaire. This is what you choose to do with your time. And my thing is this. I know that perpetuates money. Some of the beef is real. Some of the beef is fake. But whether or not you like it, you're perpetuating stereotypes and you're making your culture look a type of way to other people. Do you have an obligation to care? No, not really. I think you should care. But do you have an obligation to care? Nah, you do what you want. You earned your money. You earned your keep. You earned your spot. You your own man or your own woman. Do what you do. I would just like to see a lot more unity is all. That's just me. That's just me. Onward and upward to the next subject. And I want some feedback from y'all. I'm going to post some of these in the Facebook group. I'm going to post in one right now. Tell me some of the things for you all that's next level in your relationship. So from the talking to the dating to the relationship to engagement to marriage, how do you know when to make these moves? Like, I'm going to tell you about me. So, hold on. Typing about the Jay-Z deal. Yeah. I just want to start a fire real quick. You know what I'm saying? Smarten up, man, is all I can say. So when it comes to a relationship, for me, there's a few milestones you have to hit. Be very careful not to quote unquote test anyone. Sorry, distracted. All right. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, next levels in relationships. So I think there's certain things you should look for. Like, I'll speak from personal experience. So I would say the challenging of comfort zones. And what I mean by that is, has that person done anything outside of their comfort zone because of you or for you without you having to ask? You know? So, with that being said, one of the things, and I tease my girl about this. She told me when we were talking that she doesn't like to pay for dates. And, I was like, okay, I can feel that. And I can understand why she say that. Because, baby, I love you, but my girl is not a cheap date. She can be at times. But typically when me and my girl go out, if that's $60 is gone, bro. Like, you can kiss that goodbye. But literally this past weekend when I was with her, she literally was about to fight me because I was trying to pay for our dinner. And that's not something, I didn't have a problem with it because I'm like, she told me straight up what it was for her and that she didn't like to do it. So she set the expectation, but she's doing the opposite. You'll notice that when someone's really into you, if they're truly into you, a lot of times they'll drop their guard and they'll do things that they normally wouldn't do. And they'll come gradually. And before you know it, y'all kind of meld and mesh and kind of just, it becomes a flow. Like, me and my girl have a really good flow. Like, I love it. Like, I do stuff for her like I don't even do for myself, and vice versa. It's the most funny thing. But I think that's something you need to look for. You need to look for what the person is bringing to the table. And they shouldn't have an appetizer and an entree and a dessert, and you only got the appetizer. I don't think. I also don't think this whole quote unquote proving yourself thing is fair or equal. I feel like a lot of women, in my opinion, have to prove themselves in a certain way, and I feel like, I feel like a lot of women are looking for guys to prove themselves monetarily. A lot of times, like, I just see certain things and I'm just like, well, but what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and dudes, I feel like a lot of y'all are just full of it when it comes to women, because you're not into her and you just want her for her, which is fine. There's women out there who want that. So why don't you go after those women instead of going after the women who trying to be with somebody? But I digress. I feel like we do that a bit too much, man. I feel like there's so many double standards and things of that nature, and we get so caught up in these barriers of, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna need you to do this and I'm gonna need you to do that, blah blah blah, versus let me see what this person has to offer me by showing them what I have to offer them first. That's me. Like, I'm very straight up forward. Bong, here you go. This is Rob. This is what I have to put on the table for you. Either you want it or you don't. And meanwhile, yes, I'm looking at you to see what you're bringing to the table as well. And if it doesn't look appetizing, then I'll get up and go somewhere else. I send it back to the kitchen, baby. Send it back to the kitchen. That's just me. But those are just some things that were on my mind. I'm probably forgetting something that's probably going to come to me at the most inconvenient time, which is fine. But again, we're only going to be on SoundCloud for one more month. So please, if you are a SoundCloud listener, go find us on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere else you can find podcasts. We're pretty much on there. So dang, I'm gonna have to fix that. Pretty much anywhere else you can find us as far as podcasts go. And again, join the Facebook group. We're going to have new content. We're going to have some more giveaways. Also, be on the lookout for the website. Hopefully, I'll have it done by the end of the year. I got some other obligations to take care of before I dump too much money into the business. Also, be on the lookout for some upcoming episodes with some very, very, very special guests. I've been working a lot behind the scenes, talking to people, hitting up random people on Instagram who look like they just have interesting lives, and I want them to share their experiences with you all, because I think some of you all may be thinking about doing some of these things, or you are doing some of these things, and you could use some more guidance and help with that. And let me give you an update on my life. So y'all know I relocated or whatever, and things are going well now. My transition was rough. Hold up. The transition was rough as hell, but now things have smoothed over and I have great new opportunities. I wouldn't say I struggled when I first got here, but like I ran into a lot of unexpected financial hardships. So anyone thinking about first of all, if you're thinking about going, especially if you're younger, you 21, 22, 23, 24, you're not married, you don't have no kids, you're not in a serious relationship, you don't have anything anchoring you to where you are, bro, go see the world. Go take 3, 4, 5, 6 years to go somewhere. You can do that in your early 20s and come back home if you don't like it and you still in your 20s. Take advantage of that, man. Don't stay in one place your whole life and not experience other places. Get out of your comfort zone, man. It's so fun and it's so worth it. I'm so glad I left where I was. I've been trying to leave. I was staying for the wrong reasons. And I just got to a point where I was like, I'm done with that. And now I'm in a much better position and I foresee great things in my future. But prepare for that journey, man. Save your money. Scope the area out. Take visits to the area first, and don't be afraid to go, man. Explore new opportunities. Talk to people. Tap into your resources. There's just so many things that you need to do, and you should do, man. I just want to encourage y'all to do that, man. I feel like a lot of people they get so comfortable being stuck. Well, not being stuck, but they just stay right there, and I'm just like, you don't want more? Like, you really don't want any more than this? So, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, my journey was rough, but I've transitioned. The show is still alive because I was like, man, I don't know how I'm going to keep doing this. The show is still alive. And it's going to only get bigger. And it's only going to get better. Definitely better because I've already made a great move. So, that really feels good, man. Keep pushing towards your dreams and goals. Special shout out. I want y'all to go follow this Instagram page. Go follow Touch and Go series. That's Touch, TOUCH, N as in Nancy, GO series. That's from my boy CV, and his wonderful wife Nella B. He has a series that he is working on, and I just want y'all to follow this amazing journey, man. I cannot wait for it to be done. Can't wait for it to be done, man. It's going to be an awesome series. I read part of the script. I appreciate him for, letting me see that, get a little inside look. And I cannot wait to see the finished project. But that's what it's all about, y'all. It's about connecting with people, encouraging your friends, your brothers, your sisters to do well, man. Stop beating the hell out of each other on social media and talking trash behind each other's back. Encourage someone. Give someone a dose of reality. Keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Do things like that. Give it a try. Give positivity a try. But, man, I cannot wait for that guy to finish that series, man. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you. Y'all have no idea. I think it's going to be top quality, top notch. And that brother's going places. He going to take his family to places, man. And I ain't going to put his business out there. I know where he going to end up relocating to. I don't know how often I'm going to come see you, bro. But we'll see. We'll see. That traffic down there is crazy. But I ain't going to ramble on too much. Thank y'all for listening. As always, we're on... Dang, I was about to say SoundCloud. We're on SoundCloud for one more month. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor. We may not be on Anchor much longer. I'm not sure. I got to read some of their things. I got to go through and read some fine print. When it comes to your business and your content, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you read the fine print. Please read the fine print. I'm about to read some fine print. But wherever you find podcasts, man, you can go and find us. Again, if you want to listen to us on Spotify, type FME podcast and we'll pop up. I have no idea why we don't pop up when you type in our name. But once again, thank you for listening. If you want to share your opinions, frommyexperiencepodcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, FME_podcast. And if you check the description, I'll have all the links to all these things as well. Until next time, peace.